Today's sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. It's Burrow. Escaping the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there in the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
When you can speak of scripts to start a game, does this mean that play number 2 is going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Burrow looking to pass. Steps away to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
A big play there out of the running game. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to. But the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Chase now on the jet sweep.
Bounds right around the 20.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 8.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. Right side, it's McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive, he may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Darnold to throw again. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 1st and 10, Darnold. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are you going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Going to give this to Mixon.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Let's go.
Burrow now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Burrow,
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's the first carry for Trey Cohen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
Quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about tight ends in a lot of cases now, pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Again, Darnold. Trying to fit it in the middle, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow buying time to his left. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jets sweep. Here's Chase. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And he whips that one incomplete there. But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The play fake, and it's Darnold. Now be caught by Anderson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest. You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down? Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, a heavy rush, and down he goes. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a dump off here, complete.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
12.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
On one, ready?
15 for Matt. I got 15.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah. Let's make 11 MT, take 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Escapes the sack. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Here's second and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. 20 in your face.
Play action. It's Darnold.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Hey, it's all right. 24 is the mic. All right, D, let's go. All right, D. 24 is the mic. 65, 65. Man, 80, 65.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
24 is the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 24 is the mic. Switch up. Switch. Lady. Motion. Here we go.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And we caught it's the tight end Howard. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, running with Cole. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey.
From the 44, Darnold will slant complete to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Watch tight end. 24 is the mic. Get your square ball. 24 is the mic. Yeah.
On first down, Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Max Crosby, his second sack of the night. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Record. Hey, check Mike 21.
Darnold down to throw. He'll get this in right here to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
24 is the mic. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 24 is the mic. Not today, you know.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. From the right side, caught by
the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys...
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly.
He's got him in, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Cam. Terrible touch.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
11 mighty.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
To throw is Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. That is caught by Anderson. Touchdown, Carolina! Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Now he's forced out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
12.
Now it's Burrow being chased out left. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st down, Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
2nd and 8 coming up.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Julio Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They run forward Mixon, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon, and the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
24 is the mic. Tackles, tackles.
Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield, and it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Way to do it, baby. Way to come up. Way to come up.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
180 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11 empty.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test